El director Joe Dante y el actor Anton Yelchin, quienes forman la película Burning the X, se encuentran en el Festival de Riviera Maya presentando esta película y es un gusto poder contar con ellos en FullScreen para platicar acerca de este nuevo estreno. Thank you very much, John. Thank you, Anton, for being here. It's a pleasure to talk to you. And first, I would like to know, where does your passion for B movies came from?
I grew up on B movies. B movies were the movies that played at the Saturday matinees when I was a kid, and they were the second features that my parents always wanted to walk out on, but I insisted they stay for. And they were made by people who didn't have a lot of money or a lot of time, but they were very often made by people who had a lot of passion. And sometimes a lot of those movies have become more famous over the years than the main features, the prestigious ones, the Oscar winners that they supported.
911 emergency.
My girlfriend came back from the dead, and then she ate my brother, and now she's gonna eat me. Hello?
To be in your living room.
Embalming fluid.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I had a great time. The script is funny and absurd and campy, and so when you're working on something like that, you can enjoy that. You know, you enjoy that light energy. Even though there are obviously dramatic moments that you have to take seriously, I guess, as an actor, but as an audience, you don't have to take them seriously, you know. And so that energy sort of flows through everything you do on set. It was a good time, really good time.
After one, the better, baby.
Oh dear.
I've always thought that horror movies and comedies were somewhat connected because supernatural movies are always basically absurd. And the absurdity is something that the audience will laugh at in the wrong place if you don't give them some place to let their steam off. A lot of my favorite horror movies, like James Whale's Invisible Man, are movies where the Invisible Man will do something crazy and you're encouraged to laugh at him, and then he suddenly does something terribly violent and your laugh catches in your throat, and then you're off balance enough that anything can happen. And that's sort of the ethos that I've tried to bring to the horror films that I've done, is to try to keep the audience off balance so they don't know exactly where it's going to go.
For this film, because Max is a horror fanatic and I hadn't seen a lot of horror, I watched a lot of the Universal output from the 30s and the 40s, and I watched a lot of Bela Lugosi movies, and pretty much most of the Bela Lugosi movies I've seen have become my favorites. Murders in Rue Morgue, stuff like that. I just love those movies. They're so beautiful. They look beautiful. The acting is so odd and off. It's like listening to, experimental music. It's the best. I love it.
Yeah, I mean, there are two kinds of movies that are made in Hollywood now. Movies that are very, very, very expensive, that have lots of special effects in them, and low-budget movies like, under $3 million and less. So I don't mind working on that level because they leave you alone. If you make a big, expensive movie, there are a lot of people telling you how to do it because there's a huge investment involved. On a smaller budget movie, there's not as big an investment, and you tend to be able to have a little bit more freedom. And so to make a movie like Burying the X, it's the movie that I wanted to make within the budget range that I had.
Well, thank you very much, Anton and Joe. Something you would like to add?
Just thank you for having us. Everyone's been so great, and it's just a wonderful place to be, and we're very honored to be invited.